YouTube. Oh, hello. Welcome to the broadcast. Today we're back in Dyson Sphere program. Sorry if you missed yesterday's VOD. I got... That's all I can really say about that. I just got yoinked. Had fun. Wish it wasn't last minute, but sometimes life says, hey, fuck you, you're doing this thing now. Fuck whatever plans you had. I just sat down and took it. Like, well, this is normal. That ain't a thing today. Today we are here to do more space factory shenanigans. We fly in space. We're here to improve a few things. Hopefully I can figure out how to make things better. But we shall see. If you do enjoy, be sure to subscribe to the main channel and the VOD channel. Be sure to follow Twitch, Twitter, and Blue Sky so you can not only catch me live, but also catch notifications. And be sure to check if you can get notifications, because sometimes YouTube and Twitch does that. I will see you in a second. Alright, we're back, YouTube. Now, last where we left off, we have ended up on a planet with some rocks. And quite hot. And that is where we came from. Which we should probably head back to. Primarily because of, well, even though we do have plenty of energy, I don't want to be here. So we're going to let our energy reserves build up first. And we're going to fly back to Andromeda. You know, I just looked over and I realized it's still in early access. That's crazy. Alright. We have a decent amount of energy.
Flight mode. Cruise mode.
Oh, shit. Okay, there we go. And we're locked. Bump up our speed. Oops. I will admit, starting in a system that already has a gas giant is pretty nice. Means I don't need to do too much exploration when I get to the point where I can harvest that. Careful not to get caught in the gravity well of that gas giant. Hang on target. Orbits. There's our factory.
Cruise ended.
Ugh. We're back. Right. We have things to do. First off, that vein is close to ending. But thankfully, right now it is currently locked down. We still have a few things to do. For instance, we need to get our factory to become a proper factory. Easier it is for me to just simply walk around. I am out of that stuff. Alright, fine. See how it is. Right. We need to make ourselves replicators. All labs are prepared. But we're gonna need a lot more to ensure that the next stages of processing. I need to put myself not to press. Continue pressing escape. I am very freaking at. That does remind me, how is the progress on going about? We are making really big progress. A lot of tier 2 conveyor belts, and more still coming. Ugh, pardon me. On the plus side, we'll have plenty of Mark 1s to burn through. Some water there. Probably that brick. There we go. Factory grows. Have a larger mental gen. This. It can. Energetic graphite produces quite a fair bit. Actually, it produces a lot more than refined fuel. You know what? Why not? Okay, Z is combat mode. Alright. Most of the lake looks pretty little. Or what's left of it, rather. Right. So, what is next on the docket for fabrication? Hydrogen fuel rods have a fuck ton of energy, which would be perfect for what I need. Problem is I need another way to make titanium. So if we were to do this, oh, our red load appears to be hitting a little bit more than what the system can. Which means we do need to set up our wind turbines. Or do we? Right now production is hitting good amounts. But I'm betting I can make it a little bit more. So set that up. And we'll upgrade this. There we go. And the only reason why I did that was that way I can do something kind of stupid. There we go. Just need enough energized graphites off, because from what I've seen, those can take in the energized fuel. Right. If I'm remembering correctly, and I believe I am, there is a thing I can do. Where I can make more hydrogen. And then energized graphite can be used in the same methodology. So if I go over to, not this, but to, no, not that. Right, through that combination will make a bunch more graphites. So make another refinery real quick. Thankfully, I have the materials on hand to pull this off, otherwise I'd be really upset with myself. Because I do have an idea on how to improve the effectiveness. If that makes sense. And that's actually balanced. Perfect. Alright, so thermal power plant needs each of those.
Replication complete.
That way now it'll just burn through that for the moment. But it'll also start stacking up fuel. As a result. So, plasma refining, that's what that does.
Insufficient materials.
Okay, fine. I'll just... and make this. Okay, it seems like I don't have the ability to make that. So, in that case, how do I make it? Performed refinement. That's how it goes. Okay, so it is genuinely the next fucking tier. Unqueue that. Queue that. Set that right there. Because that's genuinely like... that'll genuinely help. Wow, that is a slow burn. Holy shit. And meanwhile, that is currently not even halfway full. Anyways. How are we doing thus far on that? Ooh, wow. Doing pretty alright. Okay, so we do have some fuel for myself. I actually made the right call here, because now it just can casually pull if it needs it, and it skips the next one. So it does balance out. Alright. Okay, so here is the plan. Oh. That makes sense. So, in order for it to actually progress, we do need it. So that's 4. Then we need 1, 2. Add that one. Like, those 3 researches are pretty much pivotal to what we need. And I'm stacking this up now That way it can just roll straight. Because right now this entire operation is slow. It is the slow. But these three here pretty much will make hydrogen production goddamn amazing and worthwhile. It won't make it to where this setup will be functional, but it'll make it worth something. So with that said, I believe I set a beacon not there. Not here, but that is not a bad spot, as that is a decent amount of coal, plus it's next to an oil outlet. With another coal mine right here, with another... Actually, this one's huge. Wait, this entire point's huge. What the hell? Wait, I think I have my fucking research facility right there. Well, of course, this is like the better too. There's the South Pole. Actually, I like this one. So, it's directly the opposite side of where my factory currently is. Unless, of course, I can find one that's actually... Oh, bitch! Oh, wait. Oh, perfect. Never mind. I set up that up earlier. It's just directly there. Thanks, Beacon, for actually doing your job. That's crazy. That's actually a pretty decent spot too, so I can use that effectively. How is... Oh, that's not bad. I can do that. I can work with this since while we wait, continue expanding my floor. Oh, I ran out. Looks like I may need to... But there ain't enough, so we're kind of... We are a little bit boned. So phase 1 or phase 0 and 1. Will unlock us quite a fair bit. So high speed assembly. We'll unlock Mark II, which will basically be the best thing ever. And then there's Assembly Mark III, which is just an absolute fuck ass. Look at that. Jesus Christ. You know, I'm kind of glad I'm currently setting up a bunch of like sulfuric acid to set aside. I'm kind of glad I'm doing that right now. Oh. I wonder if this is one of the materials. Carbon nanotube. Yep. Yep. Well. We're getting close then. Once we get the ability to make this, we can go back to that planet and start setting up infrastructure. Because that's where we need to go to get, like, titanium and such. Shit. That's where it begins. God. Alright, I think I can get it. I can push the button to get it started. So let's begin, shall we? This is not going to end terribly at all, I just want to say. Oh, grid is not doing a lot. The extra load is slowing down, so let's see. Anyways, back to the expansion. I should probably grab some more cubes. Maybe not. This will take about 5 minutes before it finishes. The hope is that we get to this and then not have to worry about it for a while. Because that's like, this is key to creating an actual research station. Yeah, nice. Oh, that is so pretty to look at. I know it's only tier 2, but I'll be happy, damn it. I think the one thing that I want more from this is more iron. I think that's part of what I kinda screwed up on, kinda sort of, but not entirely. I think part of the problem was having this be the end-all be-all. Like, that was probably a big mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Are still in progress. I'm trying to do as much as I can to speed up the process. One more minute. It's done. What I think I'll do is give a bit of time to wait. I honestly lost track of where the fuck I was going with that, so... Fuck me, I guess.
Research complete.
Alright. Mark II replication. We've done it, lads. Another 4 minutes before that completes. Wow, that is just... That is a slow burn. Holy fuck, man. Okay, graphite is like amazing as shit to feel for the moment. Alright. Closer, that's right. Good. actually get pretty close, come to think of it. So then we'll need a thruster. We'll make a thruster, we'll be able to make that. Material fractioning will be made. Mark II proliferator. And then crystal smelting comes about as well.
Research complete.
There we go. Alright. How are we coming along with this? We're doing alright so far. Alright. I decided to grab myself some food. I was getting hungry watching production happen. There we go. Engine production is solved for a bit. Alright, we've managed to hit... We've actually managed to successfully hit stability on formed refinements. Be running out of red hash in a minute. And why do you have all of it? What the fuck? This top loading bullshit makes no sense. Shit like this is supposed to be balanced. What the fuck? How long will it take now? 7 minutes. You know what? You got me through most of it. I'm happy. On the plus side, don't burn through the rest of that iron vein. Should anyway. Okay, so what the hell? Okay, so it goes up to level, goes 50% mining speed and 30% reduction in ore consumption. Which is the amount of items collected from debris. Huh. Interesting. There's a thing called planetary defense system. Oh, there it is. Huh. Was there a... That's a tier 2? Or was that a tier 3? Oh wow, that's a lot of energy. Oh shit, it's almost done. Why did you push the stop button on that? What's it? It's 0.
Research complete.
Alright. So, let's create a new blueprints. Wait. How? How do you get blueprint? Oh. Oh. Oh, 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 what? Oh. Oh. Oh, what the fuck? Uh, What? No. That's a little bit more than I was expecting. I was thinking, like, something else. But no, I got completely bamboozled. Right. I'm going the crew. Alright, so we need this to be flat. I mean, that's pretty close to about as flat as it can be. Alright. So now... I need some... Actually, I need a couple. Need one of these. Ten of these. Because I have the refiner already. Oh, I need more steel. Which, thank goodness, it's easy to make. On that? I can make 5. So 3 to 2, 15 into 10. I'm low on iron ore. Got it. I figured it out. A bunch of those. We have the belts, and we also have the extractors. Actually, let's see. So, I don't need one for the extractor itself, but I'll need 3 for that. So 3 more for that. Which works fine. They all can go in their own thing. Oh wait, I actually need a lot more of these. Yeah, that works. Fuck! This is where the shit gets stupid, Chad, I swear. We're just letting this build up for now until I can have enough for the production.
Replication complete.
I'm gonna say it's 6, just so I feel better about my existence. I'm gonna make a couple more of these too. Alright. All those are set. Now we just need... I'm gonna say 10 more. Just so I don't feel like an idiot. Even though I am an idiot. But that's not the point. Alright.
Replication complete.
Let's get started with extraction. Was it R? Logistics. We need a splitter. Thankfully, I can just make one on hand. Alright. Oh, what the hell? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's cool as shit. Chad, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I'm just stupid. Alright. Production. I actually may need more refiners, because everything's getting weird. Crap. Fucking materials for shit. Ass. Goddamn. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. I don't think I'm even going the right way. No, I'm going the right way. I'm just that annoyed. There we go. So, I also need copper. Might as well burn through some of that while I'm waiting. Pardon me. Because I need... Okay. So, thankfully, I came prepared. Do all that. How did that note get over? What the? How did? I'm genuinely impressed by my own stupidity. Fucking hell. Right. That's said and done.
Flight mode.
Now, if we go back to the other refinery. Okay, it usually pipes out at around 60 to 70.
Flight mode.
With that in mind, depending on how the... Depending on how fast the process is.
Flight mode.
$15 per. Okay. Whew, that is slow.
Flight mode. Replication complete.
I'm gonna need some refiners for this job.
Flight mode.
I got all that. I have the glass. What else is needed? Copper. There we go. We're gonna need a lot of these refiners. I ran out again. Damn it. My goodness. Okay, I think I know how to make this work. So we need another splitter. Actually, we need two. We technically need two. Alright, so... There we go.
Replication complete.
Alright, logistics. We're gonna set one here. And here. That way we can have one refiner here. Alright. Actually, I may need to move those back just a hair, so that way they don't... cause too many issues. Okay. Alright, then... Actually, do I need that? I don't think I need it since it's, like, slow tier, so... We'll just make 4. Since the, input is... Actually, wait. That's going in pretty fast. Alright. So now... Phase 1 will be... Actually... There we go. Right. Now, all that is going in to produce necessary components. But now we need to filter out it carefully. There is a way to go about this, so I need to be careful. First, we need... I want to say 3 more splitters. And then we need to set up storage. One right here. And I can't stack it right on top if I so chose, but I need it to be on... Actually, no. Yeah, I'll do that. That does save me some, like, issues later down. So, set up a splitter here. Oh, we need to set the inputs like so. There we go. I could have sworn I selected belts, but I did not. Right, so this output will be hydrogen. gonna make another filter. Because I just had an idea. Alright. That way... I can then set up one filter here and one here. Like so. Actually, let me do something fun. Since I know there are different ways to go about this, I'm going to do that now, because why the hell not? And you know what? I'm going to do the same thing, because I want to do something fun for once in my life. Hydrogen is the output. That. Now. Yep. Though, to be fair, I don't think I needed to do that specifically. I just need to do this. Because that works. Oh, I'm glad I saw that. Good. Because if you look, it just makes the fluid tank bigger. There we go. Okay, that is honestly not a bad, like, belt setup, if I'm honest. That's, like, really clean. Okay, so from there, we have some extra refiners. Let's set one up right about here. Actually, right about here. Better. That way this has easier access to it as well. So X-ray cracking. Actually, no. We need formed refinement first. That's like phase 1. So it goes coal, hydrogen, and refined oil to make more refined oil at a significant, like, uptick. So it's basically all the same stuff, and then refined fuel. And if we look over here real quick... Oh, shit. I could just hover over this and that. It's 2 to 1 anyways. So then, he goes in... Guess we need double the amount of hydrogen. Make that more effective. There's gotta be a better way to make more hydrogen. I have no idea what that material is. Hold on a second. Has to be something somewhere. Give me a second. Not that, it's not that, it's not that. It's not that. Nope. Negative, nope. Nope. None of those. I know it ain't that. It's not that. Rev missile. It's any of those. These are all weapons stuff, so I don't think it's any of this. None of those. Anti-religious. Weapon. Oh, pardon me. Fucking hell. None of those. That's... Ah. That just makes a bunch of resources. Or just collects a bunch of resources. Awful. Jesus! Antimatter fuel rod, fucking hell. Okay, so the only way to make more directly utilizing critical photons would be that. But that's not exactly what I'm after. I'm after... something else. And if I can find that material, I can basically make it work from that point forward. Great. Hmm. Ah. I can find a way to make better, make whatever that material is, that'd be great. Although I highly doubt it will work, so it will just work out in my favor. I mean, this will make a fuck ton of resources on its own. It'll be nice. There's gotta be a better way to go about this. I'm genuinely wondering what that is. Because it's graphite and another material. You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna take a look. Okay. Fire ice. Okay, fire ice. Well, that's just direct to process. I'm fairly certain if I look at it with the, oh shit. Jesus. Okay. Okay, am I actually, like, that stupid? Oh wait, it's in the chemical engineering plant. Ugh, fuck.
Flight mode.
Okay, so it's likely not gonna be here where I performed that research. Okay. Let's see. Son of a bitch! Just straight up fire ice. Then hydrogen is popped out, and then goes graphene, which would just okay. Alright. we have a few options. We have our dear gas giant here, which is on a reverse rotation as well, which is crazy. Which has a fucking massive amount of hydrogen reserves. Jesus Christ. Alright, so the goal is to get an ice planet. Which doesn't seem to be in this system. Shit. Wait, I like how it says Planet Govi. Which I think is... Oh, it's just a dead planet. And then Planet Lava. No, not even anything else, just lava. Fucking hell. Okay. Well, since we don't have a planet with fire ice, sucks. We're gonna have to do this different.
Flight mode.
Okay, so first... should be something else we can do with mind. Okay, so refined fuel we can put into other parts to make more refined fuel, which we can then put as a feedback loop. Which we can then put into making... Actually, we could probably use it to make plastic. Okay. That's the plan. So... there is a lot to do with this. There's a huge-ass chain. So, because we do need to make a bunch of materials from the segments. Plastic is made directly with graphite, energized graphite, and oil. Which is something we need. So, find oil, need to we need to do something unique. Okay, I have an idea. Where's the closest, like... the closest bit of water is right over there. I did cover up this one, which, unfortunate, but... sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. Right next to the stone vein, too, so that's perfect. So, with that in mind, let's take the opportunity to clear out a path. That leads closer to the ocean. Then we can use the stone vein here as part of the plan. Might as well get all these shrubberies out of the way as well. Alright. That should be enough to get us over here. How are we doing in terms of... Oh, wait, okay. Alright.
Flight mode. Flight mode.
Not a whole lot, but it'll suffice for now. There we go. Ah, damn it. I need a water pump. Just one. Actually, let's do two. There's not a lot of water in this, but it is the most effective spot right now.
Replication complete.
Collecting. Set one up here. Set one up here. Now, all of a sudden, I'm glad I decided to set up the... this part first. Or at least got the necessary, like, extraction.
Flight mode.
Pardon me. Oh, I'm able to just make foundations directly. That's crazy. Should probably do that. I had some extra stone, that's funny.
Flight mode.
There we go. You now have full access to the stone vein, and it's flat. Along. Oh, do it. So, in order to make what we need to make, we need a combination of full hydrogen and refined fuel. Which will need to be pumped into here to make sulfuric acid. None of those. 6 mecha, replicator, inventory, ale. Now I'm after. Oh, where's farm at? What's the control panel? Oh yeah, that's still building up. Thank God. Okay, that's where we need to go. For graphene. But we also need to make plastic. Alright. Plastic is one of the things. But so is sulfuric acid. I think it was specifically plastic. Which goes into organic crystals. That's what it was. So we need to build this kind of carefully. So... there we go, Jesus. Apparently shift was still held down. Plastics needed. And we do need to start also work on making lithium well, but that will come at a later point.
Replication complete.
Essence of Ray. Just swallow it. Do some expansion to the whole pile as well. The fuck did I miss? I didn't. Okay, that was really weird. All right. So first we need some extra splitters. Go.
Replication complete.
So
Flight mode.
set. Oh, beautiful. I actually mean that too. Actually, we're getting 4 per, so I can split it off easily. Yeah, I can do that. I can actually make a profit on hydrogen and feedback. I can do it. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I just realized the math does work. It does check. I just need to do it correctly. What else needs hydrogen before I carry on, though? That does not. That does not. But once I get the ability to do... Actually, I can queue that up as well, because I do need to queue this up. Because then I can start getting closer to making high-strength crystals, which will require titanium, but we'll get to that one. But the further along we go, the better it gets, because stalagmite crystals. That'll be hard, because I checked the starting system and there's no sign of them. This is not good. Okay. Can't do that yet. That's interesting, to say the least. The travel between platforms. That's how we get to planetary logistics. Won't be able to do that yet, or that. The reinforced thruster test, though. Because then I can start setting up a proper interplanetary network. Or inter-system, rather. This will require me to make the appropriate fuel. That. But if we take another look at the system, there is a lot of coal on that planet, plus titanium. Which is great. The problem is that there is no oil. Oh wait, does it show? Which, unfortunately, does not show. Which means we gotta pipe in the titanium from Andromeda 1. Or planet lava of Theta Andromeda. Okay. So, we need to be careful in how we set this up. So first, we need this. Over here. We also need this set up as well. So, if I'm correct, and I think I am. Okay, yeah, I am correct. So, we can do X-ray cracking here, which will do a significant output from here into the next phase. And we can use that to counter loop, if that makes sense. What do you mean? It's 4. Anyway. Oh, damn it. Alright, hold on. Space out just one more. Ah. Oh, wait. Oh, I fucked up. Ah! Don't look at it. The fuck do you mean? Alright. We'll have a hydrogen output, which will go directly back into this and basically just constantly feeding it back up. That way, it basically sustains itself under a permanent loop. So then, we look over here again. We get raw graphite, or not raw graphite, energetic graphite. Apologies. Which is made in a arc smelter. But it can be used in other things. Such as creating plastic, which is something that we do need. So, makes it to where we don't need to use as much for the materials. Right. But first, there is one thing that we needed. We need to set up the splitter. Yep. Oh, and we also need... You do all that. Ah. There we go. Jesus. Prioritize the hydrogen outputs. And the graphene can go over here. Have this producing plastic. Ah. Then soon, you can just produce organic crystals at... For now, though, we'll have it all set up as... Pardon me. Necessary. So, let's get... I think it's this one. There we go. All right. actually is a pretty efficient layout here. Jesus. Because then graphite becomes a non-issue just because of this. So it skips the step of having to refine coal from this. And just that way I'm aware, 3 go directly into here, so it's constantly filling itself back up. Which means that we are now hitting a surplus. Let's see, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogen going in here. 2 goes out this way, 2 goes out this way, 3 comes back, so this pretty much self-sustains itself and actually surpluses. It's a different line that I need to work on that requires more.
Flight mode. So plastic is pretty much secure here. I don't need to worry about that for the foreseeable future, at least for now. So it takes 2 so far. I think I need another factory. I need more rocks. Give me a second. So sulfuric acid, I can basically balance it out with just making sulfuric acid. Which, if I take another look at graphene, it requires 1 sulfuric acid to make, and 3 of those energized graphene to make graphite rather. Energetic graphite. It also takes just regular acid rocks. Fucking... If this system had an ice planet, I probably would have gone over there immediately and went, alright, this is how we're just gonna be using this. Hydrogen's a non-issue for as long as this exists. So the other issue that we have that I can see is that it does also, we also need a decent amount of catalyzed fuel as well, or refined fuel. So, with that in mind, we have another refiner, we just need the plant. So let's just grab the stack and make this. Flight mode.
Okay, so first will be the production of the fuel. Which we will set up right here.
also need this now.
Insufficient materials.
So I clicked the wrong fucking thing. That's... and have it pipe straight in. Right, that's not ready. Get that set up. There we go. Now we'll just snag one oil every so often. Then you'll collect the hydrogen from there. Then it'll put the extra refined fuel there. That way there is a surplus. Or, since I'm making a lot more, I should have it, like, constantly looping back around. Like, that's how it should be. Yeah, kind of like that. Because then it just goes... keeps filling itself up. Sure, 8's going in, but at the same time, it's... it'd probably be smarter if I... just fed it to... Well, first I need to set up the other part. Which is this. So... need to pipe in water to make sulfuric acid, which we have. And then we also need to pipe in the rocks, which also have. So... Jesus. Sure, why not? Alright, so that's ready. Let's do that. Damn it. I'll do this. There we go. Also, I'm looking at this again. I need to... God damn it! Alright. So, now... set up right here. Do we want it right here, or do we want it in another spot? Because we do need... we still need to do the, latticing. Which we can still do. We just need to stage it correctly. So... it'd be right here. And then it can pipe in through here. I believe I'm doing it.
Okay. We'll do right here. Then there we go. I'm not sure why I decided to link to that. I'm fairly certain if I put another belt here, it'd probably link up correctly. And it does. I'm so pissed. Alright. So that's going to be producing a lot of coal regardless of... So, we need graphene. Now, thankfully, this place is well and truly populated. Which means, if we can do this correctly, we might be able to simply use enough coal in conjunction with the amount of like spots being drilled to make it work. So we need a total of 3. Means we need to make 6 per. Right now 6 veins are covered, that leaves 16. If we cover 4, that makes 2 per. Plus, if we decide to take just a small amount of this off, just for the sake of it. Wait, not this recipe. This one. Because yeah, it only takes 1. So we can easily just have it pull a few from just flat storage. So we need 2 of these. And we are a bit short on resources.
Flight mode. Replication complete.
There we go. Just needed to get rid of the last bit of iron there. There we go.
Flight mode. Flight mode.
This is doing fantastic. Oh wow, we are slowly stacking back. This is perfect. So let's do some expansion. Alright. So, these 3 will be making what we need. Alright, there's 4 on this one.
specifically for this one, but there is a fifth one right there. So let's see if we can't try and get that one works. I think that one kind of works, but let's see if that works. And while this one works, there's a bit of a problem. Kinda need it to cover a bit. And with this one. So 2, 5. Alright. The vein will be collected. We couldn't do all at once, so actually, I will make it work. God damn it. How would I go about this?
Flight mode.
And I also need more foundations, so I can figure out what I need specifically. Let's see. It's 300, 400, 500. Because I need 1,500 of the stone, of the fucking cut stone. Or stone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Please stop playing. We're doing fantastic. Honestly, I may need to reassess the setup. Honestly, I'll probably do that. Let's do 5. All right, 5 might be better. That'll have to work.
depending on how fast it comes, like the coal comes out, will also depend on how I build out the like rest of the factory. Plastic comes through. So this needs to be sulfuric acid. This needs to be graphene. And we'll need to make another factory, which requires
Flight mode.
a lot more parts. Along with more copper, because we are a little bit low. Make one, so that way it's all good, and carry on. Carry on with your way and sing. There we go. Alright, plenty of room to kind of fuck around now, so let's expand this spot down just... Perfect. Graphics coming through there. Oh, that's nice and dandy. In terms of the crystal tower... Okay, so we just need the one.
Replication complete.
So in that case... this will need to be prepared over here for later use. And we need that way it splits off appropriately. We want this one to filter oil for more this way. That way, sulfuric acid will still function. And then we'll set a factory here. Okay. Probably the only way that'll work. Jesus. Okay.
Question, will this work? I think this will work. Now, unfortunate, but what can you do? Oh, I'm pink. Okay, that makes sense. There's gotta be a better way. Those plastics need to go in no matter what. Actually, in that case, let's make an adjustment. Kinda like so. About right. There we go. Real quick. Do that, and we'll readjust. Like so. And like so. So now, the fuck you mean deflection too much? You whore. Of course I had to choose the fucking wide load variation because it doesn't know how to handle anything else. Alright. That will be ready for when it's time to do that. This is a huge ass production line to making just like organic crystals. Fucking graphene and just a feedback loop of oil and hydrogen. The fucked up part is I have done nothing to get research up. This is all just to make potentially make organic crystals plastic and eventually like graphene, plastic, and organic crystals. That's all this is. That's all this has been. God damn. Like, I've done nothing beyond what I've already done. So, gonna get this one set up. I should probably make one more. Actually, no. I'll just route this idiot over. What is this deflection shit? Hey! Oh, it's because, it's not exactly. I dead ass. I dead ass forgot I may have adjusted just a wee bit. I may have been a little bit stupid. God. I have to be careful with how I order this. Because the odds of me doing it wrong are high. Now, what the fuck? Alright, fine. We're just gonna move this down one more so that way you can just shut the fuck up. I'm so sick and tired of this damn thing being useless. Actually, I'm gonna do it one more time just that way I have plenty of those like 2 sorters. Jesus Christ. I am so tired of this shit. Okay.
Replication complete. Flight mode.
Here's the other thing. I have not even considered, like, the potential power output this will have. And that scares me. Pardon me. So I'll have no idea how much power I'll need to, like, fully encompass the needs of this place. Option. Can I can't. Well, shit. That foundation is here to stay. And if anyone says otherwise, fucking shoot them. I don't know what you want from me. Although I'm fairly certain these will produce quite fast, so I honestly shouldn't be too worried. How many do I have? Let's, for the sake of it, toss on 4 more. Why not? Alright, so...
Replication complete.
Right, and then we'll just set up split. Well, it looks like I need to move this just a hair either closer or further. Let's do closer. Why not? I'm feeling goddamn psychopathic. Why did I even start up like this in the first place, chat? I'm... yeah. Fucking dumb as fucking hell. Did I? I better not have fucked it again, but... I'm really good at putting it in the grid, but I'm terrible at just keeping it separate. Here, let's do that. There we go. And then copy that. Bam, bam. There we go. There we go. Oh, I need to move this. I know. Okay. Alright. We are almost there. Everything is coming together. All Millhouse, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Alright. Chat, it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful, but now we have a new problem. How the hell do I power this thing? I kid, of course. I know how to power this. But putting it on the main network over there right now is a recipe that shall lead to misfortune. So, instead of doing that, and I just realized that it is connected into that larger little ocean right there, so I'm no longer as concerned. But I do have a way to actually... I do have an idea on how to kind of power this. We're going to use the coal here, compress it into refined, using a fair few extra parts that we've managed to collect over time, which includes the wind turbines. Gonna make 2 more of these. I can't make more of those. So, what am I missing? Not the stone, I think I'm missing the iron, so let's grab some. Also need to make more of these as well, so I'll just make 1, and I'll make 2 more of those.
Replication complete.
Good. And then... yeah.
Flight mode.
So, we actually need to make more things.
Flight mode.
Actually, do I want to do that just yet? I think I need more foundations, because I do like how clean it looks, and I want to keep making it. And no, it's not me wanting to destroy the world with foundations. Look. I'll keep it simple for you, chat. That is a complete coinkydink. Alright. So we need, with this one, we need as much coal as we can. A 7-hitter like that is just fantastic. Yeah, I'll do an 8-hitter and redo this one. Okay. Just barely touch. There we go. Alright. I want that top one, definitely. Let's see if I can't get that top one. Yes! Success for Magaro! Okay. So now I need... Do I have... I still have plenty of splitters. Perfect. Oh, but I need more conveyor belts. Give me a minute. This will just give me a good opportunity to expand a bit more. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do 5 again. Why the hell not? There it is. There we go. Now that a little more is being made on that. We came over here specifically for conveyor belts. It's nice to actually not need to worry about making conveyor belts by hand. And yes, I could be making a bunch of other stuff like directly as well, but it's part of the planning that matters. Okay. Jet, I am kind of stupid. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to wait a bit for that. So while we're waiting, maybe I was a little bit cavalier making 500, but god damn it, I had heart. So we kind of want this to be on a separate network compared to the current one. Not to say that the current one is bad, though. It works fine. But for the moment, I want it separate. We're getting a lot of soil piles out of this too, which is nice. So, oh, head off. Right. One right here and one right here. And we'll do a splitter right here. That's... yeah! Plenty of graphite. So then, in terms of power, we need to set up our geothermal power plants the way that makes sense. So I think it would be ideal to keep them, like, along this border here. Kind of like that. So then... oh, it's done. We can have...
replication complete.
these set up. There we go. Ah, damn it. Go. All right. Now, all those are linked up.
I need more Tesla towers.
Replication complete.
Ah, shit. Hold on. There was one thing I'd forgotten. There we go. Wow, exactly 10 left. Got it.
Replication complete.
Alright. Everything is now linked up to this thing's own separate network. Let's do something special. There we go. Now this entire facility is on its own setting.
Flight mode.
Oh, hold on. Almost everything was linked up. Now it is. Now I'm hoping that is enough to power the whole system. Pardon me. Alright, we're still doing just fine on fuel. We're gonna do one more thing here. Gonna expand this. Oh, hey, buddy. There we go. Now everything is set on a foundation. So, let's get it started. This lake should be enough to get us going. So, let's start with 10. Hook the whole system. Actually, beforehand,
Current grid is 3 megawatts. So we need to do. We actually need to disable that. That way this sustains itself. Alright. This grid is now ready for prime time. And load. Capacity. Jesus Christ, this thing is mining fast as hell. These things are actually keeping up. Holy shit. Alright. Let's link it all up.
Flight mode.
Alright. Okay. More's coming in, more's coming out. Oh shit, I totally forgot. I need to set up a storage for these. I somehow forgot that tidbit of information. I'm not sure what the fuck is wrong with me.
Flight mode.
First I want more of these, because always and forever. Next I need more iron plates, which is here. Grab that, and off we go. Alright, do I have the capacity to do? Yes. Holy shit. There's genuinely more hydrogen here than I was expecting. Oh, hold on. I need another Tesla tower. Let me just do that. Hang on. I genuinely did not anticipate this. Oh, what? Oh my god. This was just a production line. To make things. I genuinely can't believe I'm able to actually make so much shit. How's the strain on the network? Oh my god, it's actually holding.
I appear to have made a small error. Thankfully, it's an easy fix. It just needs to be kind of reoriented in a way that makes sense. So let me just, yeah. Let me just do this real quick. And make another, make a bunch more of these. It makes better sense to, you know. There we go. All right, that's now safe for later use. I'm hoping that this works as I'm expecting. Perfect. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I didn't hook that up just yet. There we go. There we go. This is so crazy. I actually have hydrogen stockpiled. Not get rid of that. Oh my god. It's actually happening. Wait, I thought... No, it's just the lights on the freaking conveyor belts. Why do the conveyor belts have fucking landing strip lights? I just thought of that. Why do they have that? Oh. Uh-oh. No wonder why it wasn't at fucking full capacity. I've forgotten something important. Oh dear God. Chat, let it be known I'm fucking stupid as shit. Oh my god, this is... Yeah, it's all the same, so... Fuck it. It's all going in the same direction anyways, it's fine. Just split it evenly. It don't matter to me. This will be used later. Honestly, I'm glad it's being set up now, so that way later on I can just go done. Which I think we're getting close to the point where I could probably do that too. Chat, this is so goddamn crazy. Like, sure, 4's going in, but 4's... Okay, so there's 2 of each... There's 2 going in here. Or 1 going in there. And... 2 going in here, so 3 is constantly going to be used no matter what happens. But 3 is coming back. And then there's 4 going in from each of these. So it is a net positive of 4 hydrogen. I'm actually producing enough hydrogen for this to be an effective use of production. Meanwhile, these are all backed up at the moment, but that's fine. That's... How the hell did I miss that? Chat, I am so pissed. How the hell did I miss that? And we have graphene right here, or graphene, that's being made as a byproduct, which it's being used for this, so that, you know what, the byproduct is being used exactly, so I'm fine with that. All this is to make eventually organic crystals and a bunch of graphene. And holy shit, we're actually doing really good. God damn! Alright, so final step of the process is we need to set up crystals. One more power pole for the road. Okay. The facility is alive, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually producing a lot just now. How bad is this going on? Oh no, it's producing the exact amount. Never mind, we're cooking. Cooking with gas. Literally. This is a pretty damn good facility. Alright. That's running pretty well. Right. Let's
Flight mode.
head back to the main facility. You know, looking at this now, I'm realizing just how much how garbage of a setup this is. I'm kind of disappointed in myself, I'm not gonna lie. But the fact that it somewhat functions is fine. It's just gonna need a little bit more effort. Alright, so 1,000's going in. That should be enough to get us going through the rest of this. Pull out the other matrices. we should probably get a bunch for that. Right there. Alright. Let's begin. How long is this gonna take? 10 minutes. 10 minutes and then probably 5 minutes just to get chemical engineering done, which will be the last thing we do, I think. And then maybe, hopefully, get this one done. Because I think the next step will be to get this queued, followed by this. This will be key to begin the process of industrializing production on the lava. Because then I can start setting up oh wow, 4.8 megawatts on just lava. If I take a look at the jeez. Would that be better than now I'm curious. Is that better than where the fuck was it? Not that. Not that. No. No. There was something very specific that I snagged earlier.
Because I was smart. That is better, actually. I may need to reconfigure my setup then. That's... Sure, it's made in Arc. But can it be made in the smelter? Let's see. I need to make one anyway, so fuck it. I can't see. So, what about the assembler? The assembler it is. Wait. Oh, I'm so happy I decided to automate fucking graphene. Yes! Okay, so the next step would be to automate the components and the processors, because those two are also key components, so...
Flight mode.
I found my next set of... Alright. So there's some stone veins. But it needs to be close to this facility to consider the possibility. No. Because right now these do work perfectly fine, and the conversion rate is massive. It's basically keeping the grid on.
Flight mode.
There's so much oil. I just realized the amount of oil this like singular node is producing is more than what I would expect. Also, I'm just a fucking moron. I want everyone to understand that I'm a grade A fucking imbecile. Because there's copper right fucking here. And there's stone right over there too. So again, in case you're wondering, this guy's stupid! Your streamer is like freaking imbecile, I just want to let you all know. Alright.
Flight mode.
Well, now that I know that exists right over there, because, of course. Let's get that. Let's get...
Flight mode.
Actually, before I even consider that as a possibility, let's see if there's anything else, because there's a good chance there might be something else I can probably use to do the same shit, because that happens more often than I'd like to admit. Because I don't want to have it go all over the place, if that makes sense. I want it kind of centralized as much as possible. And the more I can centralize it, the better, if that makes sense. I mean, this will basically make it to where I don't have to worry about that noise foreseeable future. I probably should just get that started and be happy about that.
You know, I didn't expect that to be as effective as it was. So, now in order to make this, we need these microcrystalline components, which are made from high purity silicon, which is made from silicon ore. Silicon ore can be just made directly from stone to make a bunch of high purity silicon, which can then be used to make microcrystalline components, which can then be made into processors. Circuit boards, stupidly easy shit. We just need iron nearby. And unfortunately, there is none.
Flight mode.
So we're gonna have to get a little more creative than what we have currently. Now. All right.
Flight mode.
Just this last bit of fucking square. God damn it. So this one's gonna be interesting because it's gonna require stone and a lot of it. We're actually collecting a lot of graphene. Oh my word. We might actually be able to keep things in production. And this is almost done. Alright, 2 more minutes. That's done.
Mineral depleted. Flight mode.
Over here. I finally saw what it is. Oh shit, it is, yeah. Alright. That ore died. Oh dear. It would probably be a good idea to restart the process.
Research complete.
Huzzah! Stage 1 is done. So, about 5 minutes. And then we can pause it there. Actually, we could probably get this there. Followed by this. Because geothermal extraction is where we need to go next. Oh, space elevator. Yep. So this is where I need to set up the interstellar logistics. Same goes with the interstellar power transmission. Because then, orbital, which also requires its own space elevator. Jesus. Once I get this, it's pretty much GG on hydrogen issues. It's burning everything else. Which also is a good thing. This iron vein is nearly... That is crazy. Well, good news. There's more up here, so I can just consume that as well. Which, you know, as I'm looking, I should at least finish the super magnet before I end the shenanigans. That way I can do more stupid slope shit. Almost done. And then phase 2 very shortly.
Research complete.
And like that. Right. So that's done. Let's queue up geothermal extraction.
Flight mode.
And let's head back to the other factory so we can begin creating another fuel source. Organic crystals. Perfect. This was good timing because now we're able to actually use some of the extra refined oil that has been stacking up. Also makes it so the water flows a little bit easier too. How we? Oh my god. So much graphene. It's not going to be enough, but it makes me happy seeing that much. So let me see if I got this. So 1 hydrogen goes into here, 2 goes in here, 4 go in. 4 go in natural. Two come back, plus a third, so that's 7. That makes enough material to where we'll have plenty of hydrogen for a while. And same goes with the fucking refined oil. There's enough of that flowing that won't be an issue. Plastic goes through, water, plastic, and oil go through to make organic crystals. This factory is solid now. At least this part of the factory is solid. It's just running on its own shenanigans right here. At damn close to terrifying, like, levels of efficiency. Holy shit. Eight minutes. You know what? We'll finish that research and then call it there, because why not? The next one I'm gonna do is specifically a hydrogen, like, burn off, if that makes sense. So the plan is to try and remove as much heavy, like, refined oil as possible. Basically make it a zero-cost production. From there, Do these look different when they're running? No, they don't look different. I was curious because these look different in their operating. I just didn't know. Because this one had the color of pencils, this one has the color of tree, and this one has the color of woods.
Flight mode.
Alright, 5 more minutes. And then we'll be the end of that. What else should I queue up when that's done? Probably that. Because then that'll allow me to make the structure. That might be the best way to go about it. And then I might do explosive. Which... I'm looking at this. And it's all that same rigmarole fuckamagee that I was doing earlier. Except it's now in the process of making some pretty strong fuel for just mainline production. Because while this is very strong, the problem is that it's not enough. Or rather, it's not good enough for what I'm after. Good idea to get that sorted, so let's pull some extra
Flight mode.
and use it to fuel these. There we go. That won't be as many hiccups, so things will be looking good. once it gets to that point where it's done, I'll put a pause and we will continue this next week. Yes, next week. What sucks is I won't be able to finish the game next week. But I'm having a good enough time that I honestly might bring it back. Not to say the other games were like bad or anything. Like they aren't.
Research complete.
There we go. So first, let's restock everything. Queue that up because we need that. And then we'll queue the explosive units for next time. That is pretty good one there. So what is the idea of this? It looks like this can be used to collect, like directly collect energy? Which means I'll need this after I get the high strength crystal. If that's the case, then that's something I'll need to work on later. What I won't be working on later is this, because we are looking at a crazy time of it, lads. So, YouTube, hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more or catch streams, first and foremost, be sure to subscribe to the main and the VOD channels. And be sure to follow me here on Twitch, on Twitter, and Blue Sky, all under the same name, so you can not only catch the stream, but also get notifications, because Twitch does not put out notifications all the time. It's a pain in the ass. So, hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a good whatever time zone you're in. I'll see y'all next time.